Hi, this is Mrs. Poland for AP Statistics. In this problem, I'm going to go over two problems from the review sheet on the first half of Unit 6 on confidence intervals. Number 10. Based on the findings from a recent study on women's health, researchers created a 90% confidence interval of 0.42 to 0.48 to estimate the percent of all women who do not find time to focus on their health. Based on the confidence interval, which claims is not supported? So that's a key word, not. So remember, 0.42 to 0.48 represents plausible, real possible values for the true proportion. Less than half of the women do not find time to focus on their health. Well, less than half is 50%. And since the true values are between 0.42 to 0.48, that's a true statement. So that's not our answer. More than 40% of the women do not find time to focus on their health. Well, since the true values are between 42 and 48, and that's over 40, that's a true statement. Approximately 45% of all women do not find time to focus on their health. Well, since 45 could be a possible true value, and all these other values are close to 45, that's a true statement as well. More than 45% of all women do not find time to focus on their health. That's an incorrect statement. Why? Because although 45% is included in that interval, we have values less than 45, like 42, 43, 44. So therefore, that's not true for all values within that interval. We should just double check ourselves, so let's look at E. More than 25% of the women do not find time to focus on their health. Well, since these true values in here, 0.42 to 0.48, are greater than 25%, that's a true statement as well. Number 11. There are 1,000 golden delicious apples and 1,000 red delicious apples in a cooler. In a random sample of 75 of the golden delicious apple, 48 have blemishes. So N subscript G, okay, is 75. Yes, there are 1,000 apples, but that doesn't represent the sample. That represents the population of the apples, golden delicious apples available to you. And the ones with blemishes from the sample, the P hat, is 48 out of 75. In a random sample of 75 red delicious apples, 42 had blemishes. So N red is 75 and P hat red is 42 out of 75. Assume the conditions have been met. Which of the following is closest to the interval of the estimate of the differences of the number of apples with blemishes? Golden minus red at a 98% confidence level. Okay, so we know it's a true proportion Z interval, and we know that our parameter is P golden minus P red. And so we're going to use our calculator. So let me try to get that calculator out. Oh, there it is. Let me just make it larger so you can see and I can see. And we're going to go to a calculator page. You're going to do menu, statistics, confidence interval, to proportion Z interval. And for the golden, hold on, we have 48 out of 75. And for the red, it's 42 out of 75. And we just have to carefully change the confidence level to 0.98. Okay. And when I do that, notice I get negative 0.105, 0.265. But you're going to have to be careful, and I'll explain why in a second. So negative 0.105, 0.265. And a lot of people would choose B, but they would be wrong. And although that's the true proportion, it's a confidence interval for the true proportion, they want actual numbers. And they want numbers representative not based on the sample, because we know the proportion and we know the actual numbers. They want it for the population. So what they want you to do is they want you to take each of these proportions and multiply them by 1,000. And when you do that, you get negative 105, comma, to 265, which is choice C. So be careful, make sure you read closely, and have a great evening.